So in today's video, a lot of jobs got ticked off the list this weekend. And the first job was planting the bulbs we bought on clearance. The bulbs I'm showing you now, my boyfriend picked. These ones I picked, so I showed some restraint. He didn't. But we just picked these up. They look beautiful. We had empty pots, so we were like, we might as well give them a go. I will be adding fertilizer, as you can see in those buckets. And that is my big bag of soil that I will be using for today's project. So I just divided all the bulbs into some pots just to make a plan and have a clear idea of what is going in what pot, and also just for recording in the future when we are going to be planting these out in the landscape. The first step is to just add soil to the pot, which I'm going to do. Just adding soil to the bottom, guesstimating how much I'll need. Since I'm not good at guesstimating the planting depth, I use my shovel, which has a measuring on them. So I just read the package of how much, what the planting depth is, and needed some extra soil apparently for this one. I almost forgot to add the fertilizer and the fertilizer into this pot. So luckily I remembered beforehand. Not that it's bad if you added it after you planted the bulbs. It'll be just fine either way. Mixing the fertilizer in, putting the bulbs just randomly scattered onto the soil, checking to see, since they were on clearance, to see if there are bad ones, and then I just place them. No requirements regards to the distance between them, since they're going in pots and afterwards going into the soil. And then just adding more soil on top to cover them all up. And that makes for the correct planting depth. And then I repeated this for the other ones. And that's basically it. Watering them in, since the soil was very dry, and making sure adding enough water by checking to see if water came out of the bottom. The next thing I wanted to accomplish was organizing all the perennials, since they were all scattered and it wasn't making me happy. So I decided to organize them. It's looking a lot better, so let me explain what is what. These are all the perennials that I started from seed last year that didn't make it into the ground. This is a collection of hydrangeas and a viburnum and something else that I cannot think of the name of, but I'm going to show you in a second. Yep, this one. So like I said, a collection of hydrangeas. This one, for example, is in shade, but I love the name, hot chocolate. What's not to love? Some classical paniculatas. Well, only paniculatas, since they, in my opinion, I like them the best. And yeah, a variety. This one that turns very dark red was very intriguing, so we took this one home as well. And most of these plants were bought on clearance. I wanted to mention that. This is the collection of hellebores. A lot of them, as you can see, all of them bought on clearance. I know that for a fact. And this is a miscellaneous thing with some ground cover, alliums, deutzia, 2 of those. And this one that I'm not sure. Oh yeah, Edgeworthia, that I wanted and finally bought. And another viburnum in the back here with pink flowers. A deciduous viburnum in this case. And this one that I have no idea what it is, but it looks beautiful, so we took it home. And another deutzia, strawberry fields, that just sound awesome. Some ground cover, saxifraga, with those gorgeous pink and, well, maybe even red. And another deutzia. Everything is looking good. So I also moved some other plants, like all the lavender, which I think is looking very good. And in this spot, it will get more sunlight, so even better, I would say. I did drain all the pots before moving them. For one, lavender doesn't like to wet over soil, so that's good. And here are all the bulbs that we planted yesterday. They were going to be put on the table, but it was very windy and still is. Here you can see the Japanese maples that I moved and placed into also some more sunshine. And now you can clearly see the definition between them, as in this one has a very greenish bark. This one is a reddish one. And of course the bright yellow and orange one, easily spotted from a distance. And one of the first ones I moved is this. So the next day I was inspired yesterday, but this day I was like, I'm going to actually do something with all those plants that I moved. And so I wanted to make a new border, which has been in my head for a long time, but I was like, today is going to be the first step. So these are the plants that I selected. A lot of hellebores and one little shrub that stays green throughout the year. I had some fertilizer, a shovel, and ground. I'm not sure what to call it. the idea is to just get rid of the grass. It will be used somewhere else in the garden. As you can see, I am struggling with it, not sure what to do. So in the end, I just decided to place all the plants and just see how that will look, or my composition will be. I changed it because I thought I added too much hellebores on the right side, since they can grow a bit large, and we need to leave some space in order to get to the electrical boxes for the fence. So I decided to remove some out of the original plan, and maybe we'll add them in somewhere else. Who knows? In the end, all the plants were used in this border, so yay! since we planted like 9 plants, my reorganizing from yesterday looked a little bit weird, so I did it again. Thank you for watching. Bye everyone. Dag allemaal.